Well, hello, and welcome to another edition of Ambient Talkie, a show where we dive into some weird and wacky equipment and wonderful, call it whatever you want music. I'm Andy from Two Round Robins, and I do hope that you're ready for a bit of time management. So, this June has proven to be quite a rough month for me. I've just started a new full-time job, and I have a ton of other projects that are running in parallel to this YouTube shtick. So this proves to be quite challenging when trying to balance satisfactory results on both ends, but I guess the biggest challenge here is, and this is something that might face all of us at some point, is help, I don't have time for my synth mangling. And, having busy lives, being trapped in a capitalist hellhole where most of us are just caught in the rat race, time for music becomes a challenge in itself. So I thought it'd be kind of cool if I present my side of battling this particular issue, and hopefully you might get some tips and tricks from a person that merely pretends to know what he's talking about. So here are a few bullet point solutions. Point number one. Short is better than nothing. I think most of us fondly remember when we would have way longer sessions where we dive deep into this or that just to get a small piece of some happy little accident or a satisfactory result to a method that we tried out for the first time. And what I tend to experience is that this does not strictly correlate to how much time you spend in front of your instrument, but rather a spark of momentary inspiration that at times comes kind of pre-planned, but it's mostly spur of the moment magic. So, with this, I'd really cherish the small and short 10 to 20 minute sessions, trying out some methods I thought about during the day, or, I just jump in completely blindly. I'd help myself with the little ideas that might come up and try to remember the knob or the key combos, or find out the reason why the texture sound this time sounds way nicer than other times, so I'd get something out of it. But I think the most important thing here is that I do focus on the short process rather than the immediate result. And don't kick myself if the session produces only some nice little tones and nothing too deep or particularly interesting. At the end of the day, it's a nice moment for myself, and I think that's golden in itself. Point number two, portability. So much of our time gets eaten by the dreadful commute, and although, a podcast, a good book, or a stupid YouTube video like this one might be a great way to blow some steam after your shift has ended, the portability of some devices are a great alternative to that. I often take my Norse or OP1 on the bus, and most recently I find that jamming away on a Zeptacore can release a lot of stress. So something that's, battery powered and you don't need to holler too much cables around. So you're probably gonna look like a weirdo to a conservative granny, but, just remember, she's not hearing those fire beats that you be making. I find that Norse scripts like OOO, Science, Deller, Flora work really great as a Norse-only script, so if you own a Norse, try those out. So, meaning that you won't need any additional grids or connectors or controls or whatever. But just having, that extra time on any music machine making thing, you're gonna be okay. Of course, this strictly applies if your commute is provided by your local public transport, so whatever you do, don't go noodling on your pocket operator when you're driving, because that's not good. I think I'm certain that's not a good thing to do, so don't do it. Point number 3, don't complicate. I almost feel that having time constraints might actually be beneficial. First, I'm way more wary when it comes to gas, and that's, when you acquire gear that you don't really need and not the gassy stuff. As I know that, getting a complicated new piece of hardware will take me time and energy to be able to understand it enough to use it efficiently. So I rather just skip a new little toy and just stick to the machines that I feel comfortable enough and that still, give room to grow and to explore. Another thing that's really important is simplicity. So having a limited time frame prevents me from, kind of overcomplicating, which does not mean that there is no room for experimentation. God knows there is. But I guess you do feel more immediate satisfaction in the process of building something that is simple, but, leaves enough room to try out something new. However, at times, just, jumping in for a bit of testing, marking down the results that you experience will kind of give you some new ideas that you can explore on the next session. And believe me, those are going to be a lot more of those are going to come your way. So yeah. Point number, where are we? 4, I guess. It's okay if it's quiet sometimes. Sometimes you just kind of feel tired, you're uninspired, and it's far better to spend your limited time, by resting, but, just try to lay down and chill. Because, experimenting and jamming on your gear should always kind of strive to be a peaceful, meditative, and inspirational downtime. And it's totally fine if you skip them a few. And I had to learn this the hard way since, looking at the dust on some of my synths would really guilt trip me like crazy, and I turned the knobs just to justify my purchase, which isn't good for anyone. So, leaving it and jumping in when you feel a bit more refreshed and an opportunity comes to get your creative juices flowing is the right way to go, at least for me. And, you try that. Try chilling before going into this. And I guess I'm talking way more to myself here than to you people. So yeah, this was a bit of a short one this week, I'm afraid. Like I've said, June is proving to be quite challenging when it comes to time management and trying to balance work and your passion. More exciting stuff will surely come to the channel in the near future. However, I'm kind of curious. I opened up the topics. How are you battling time and time management? So, be sure to leave your approaches to this particular issue in the comments. And maybe there are some great practices and methods that we can learn together and be, a good community that, tell their secrets. So yeah, I'd love to hear from you guys. And with that, I'm just gonna say, have a great rest of your evening, morning, afternoon, whenever you might be watching this, and do take care. Till next time.